What's going on, beautiful people? It is I, your favorite dimply big bitch, back with another Thursday video for you. I am here to answer some questions today. Yay! You excited? You excited? Okay, cool. By the way, how are you? How you been? You good? You alright? Awesome. Love to hear that. Love to hear it. Love to hear that. A couple of weeks ago when I posted a video, the homie Just Butter here on YouTube, I will put a link to her channel in one of these corners. She asked to get to know a little bit more about me. Probably the second or third video that I posted on this channel was a 50 random questions tag. I'll link to that as well in whichever corner that pops up in. So feel free to click on that and get to know, like, you know, random things about me. But what I did was I scoured Tumblr, as I do from time to time at 2 in the morning, and looked for some Q&As that were listed on there. I found one, and it fits the type of person that I am, so I figured that I would come here, I would answer these questions to let you guys get to know me a little bit more. Let's do it. The first question is, what's one thing that's happened to you that has made you a stronger person? Without a doubt, being stripped of the ability to be able to walk and fighting tooth and nail to get that back. Just to get that. I mean, I was really adamant about that. And my reason for that is I had an irrational fear of being a TLC special. Although, let's keep it real, let's be honest, I was already a TLC special. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? So I just didn't realize it. I was so naive back in the day. But fighting to stand for 30 seconds, fighting to stand for 1 minute, fighting against my body has been... Girl, I'm tired just talking about it. Next question. But no lie, it really has made me a stronger person. Like, this whole ordeal, the whole start of this thing, and being stripped of so many abilities has made me stronger than I even know, probably. So yeah. The second question is, what's one thing that's happened to you in your life that had made you feel weak? Again, the same answer, the hospital situation. I mean, you know, waking up and realizing what I had done to my body and realizing mentally where my mind was at. I've never felt that weak ever in my life, ever. I've never felt so stripped of my humanity. You know, I was stripped of everything that I knew, and I was given my reality. And so I realized how far away from my reality and what I thought was happening in my life that I actually was. And it was just, it was a lot. It was a lot. Where is one place you feel most like yourself? I think I'm pretty much myself everywhere. So, you know, I can't really, I'm not one of those type of personalities that can change. If you meet me out in the street, this is me. And there are several people who watch my videos that can tell you the person that you see in front of this camera. I mean, I turn it up a little bit because, you know, I don't want to be boring, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But my personality is this. I'm very me all the time. So I don't think there's a spot that I don't feel like myself. But if I have to pick, I would say my mom's house. That's what I know. That's where I'm from. That's home. So yeah, that's where I can go, kick my shoes off, relax, and, you know, just talk to my mom for hours. So yeah. Where's your favorite place to escape to? Oh man, when I'm trying to get away from everybody else, I have a little secret hiding park that I go to that I don't want to say in this video because too many people that know me IRL watch this, and I don't want to share that. You know, that's my space. So I have a little park that is like hidden off in the cut. It's kind of sort of on the other side of town. I bring me a little lunch, have myself a little picnic with me, and I just bring me a book and I just sit by the tree and I just read me a book. That's my place to escape to. So yeah. And if you watching and you know me in real life, no, I'm not sharing it, okay? So don't ask. Who do you think has had the largest influence on the person you are today? Hands down, my mother. My mother is my mother is my favorite person in the world, like in the entire world. I love her so much, and I've said this so many times in these videos, but I love my mom more than words can say. She is the most accepting and loving and giving person. Her heart is so big, and I just admire so much about that woman that I've tried my best to mold my life to be as good as hers, but not as given because I don't have time, you know, because some of them people be trying my mom and I'll be like, don't do it. Okay, you get beat the fuck up. Okay, but you know, yeah, my mom, definitely my mom. My mom is bae. I say that all the time, but she's bae. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? My temper. My temper, for sure. I would change my temper. I get so bad, and when I get mad, it's really hard to bring me down. I need some time to come down when I'm up here mad, like annoyed. Oh, I gotta get away. I gotta get away because I'm like the Hulk. I might wild out. You know what I'm saying? I might wild out. So, yeah. If I could control my temper, which I've been doing a really good job with controlling my temper, then I'm better for it. You know, my temper is just awful. It's awful. If you had one day to live, what would you do first? Oh God, one day to live. I don't know. I would probably just buy me a plane ticket and go to Disney World, and while I'm talking to my mom on the phone and tell her if she want to see me, because I only got 24, girl, she got to meet me at Disney World, and I would just want to die with Bay, aka Mickey. So yeah, that's real. That's honest though. That's honest. I would just want to take my last breath doing something that brings me joy. So yeah. What decade do you feel you most belong in? Well, being that I was born in the 80s, I would have to say the 90s. From 90 to 2000, it was probably some of the best years of my life I lived during that time. I would definitely say I'm an 80s baby, but I'm a 90s kid. Who are you closest to in your family and why? My mom, for sure. I wouldn't say that I'm distant from anybody, but my mom, I talk to her several times a day, sometimes several times a week. I go see her at least once or twice a week. Yeah, so definitely my mom. My mom is one of my best friends, though, so it makes sense. Who is the one person in this world that knows you best? Ooh, that's hard. Oh man, that's hard because all my best friends know me really, really well. But I would have to say Dubs, just because she's known me the longest. I think all of my best friends know the type of person that I am. They know my response before they even bring it to me, which half the time I'm like, why you even bring this to me? Because you already know what I'm going to say. But, you know, whatever. Any of my best friends, any one of the three, they all know me really, really well. So, yeah. What is your favorite quality about your best friend? Well, being that I have three of them, Dubs is a rider. She's a rider. She can get on my nerves sometimes, no lie, but she is definitely one of the most dedicated people that I've ever had in my world. Dubs has held me down through thick, thin, indifferent, whatever. She has been there and she will continue to be there because that's just the type of person she is, and I admire that about her so much. Mir is so funny. She is so funny, but she has like a heart of gold. She is just, she loves from a place that you just can't explain, and it's so honest. It's like honest love. Like even if you're a shitty human, she loves you, and that's something that I'll always admire about her. Last but not least, B. I'm gonna leave his name out, but he is, oh God, B is also very loyal. He's been there for me almost as long as Dubs has on the best friend tip. Me and B have been friends for 17 years. He's one of the funniest people I know as well. So yeah, B is, that's my dude, man. That's my dude. When you were younger, what did you think you were going to be when you grew up? I just wanted to be involved in movies because I always liked the way I felt when I watched movies. One of my favorite movies was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory because of all the excitement and all the like joy that was in that place, in that one building. It was so magical, and I just wanted to create places like that. So when I was younger, I thought that I was going to be a film director. Then as I got older in my teen years, I wanted to be an author. I was introduced to the Goosebumps books in my preteens. By the way, one of my favorite ones is Welcome to Murderland. I think it's what it's called. Welcome to something. I don't know. I'll put it here in the video. That is still one of my favorite books of all time. And then I was introduced to novels by black authors. So I read one called Coffee Will Make You Black by April Sinclair when I was 13 years old. And it was so relatable to read about a black girl because I had been reading, like Goosebumps and Babysitter's Club and stuff before that, and like the Berenstain Bears or whatever. So being introduced to something that was relatable to me was so enjoyable. And I was immersed in the world of like black authors, about black stories, about black girls growing up and going through what I was going through, and it was just like a mirror image for me. So that made me want to be a writer. So I spent most of my junior high days submitting to novel competitions and submitting to all these essay competitions, and I won a ton of them. And so that formed that love for me. Then in high school, I was introduced to photography. I was taking photos every day of my life because it was fun. I was introduced to developing photos and just photography as a whole. I was always taking pictures. So then I wanted to marry the two, become a photojournalist. So that was up until high school. But like the last year of high school, I took a course for extra credit because I was an overachiever in high school. That was about, it was like a psychology based course. So it was about the delicacy of the brain. And I fell in love. So then I was like, oh my God, I want to go to college and be a therapist, a psychologist, or something along that lines to just dive into the brain. You know what I'm saying? Because I think the brain is fascinating. I still feel that way. And there's still a part of me that like low key is a therapist in some way. But, I'm a hood therapist. You know what I'm saying? I stuck with what I was most passionate about, which is photography and writing. Coming soon. If you could identify with one fictional character from a book, show, or movie, who would it be? Probably House from the TV show. Yeah, because he's super sarcastic and like a smart ass and like be looking at people like they stupid, and that's pretty much how I spend most of my day. So yeah, that's me. Do you easily accept compliments or do you hate compliments? Yeah, I was torn on this until recently when someone told me to just accept the compliment for what it is. So I take them. It's still taking me some getting used to. You know what I'm saying? But I take them though. Thank you. Is your favorite attribute about yourself physical or non-physical? It's definitely non-physical. I enjoy how thoughtful I am. I think that I'm one of the most thoughtful people. My brain is kind of sort of Rain Man-y. That's not even a term. And I actually enjoy that about myself. I think I'm really, really thoughtful and I'm really caring. So that's me. Do you believe in love at first sight? Yeah. I think it can exist. I think it's a very bare minimum love when it's at first sight because, there are other layers to love. But I think you can absolutely love the way somebody looks, love the way somebody makes you feel. Yeah, so I do. And have you ever experienced love at first sight? Yeah. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I did. Do you believe in soulmates? What is with these love questions, girl? Yeah, I do. I believe in soulmates. I'm learning that sometimes your souls are only supposed to connect for a certain time, and that doesn't have to mean a lifetime. So, how seriously do you take horoscopes? I think they're fun to give you like a baseline of like the type of personality that you are, but I don't live my day every day like reading my horoscopes. I do read it several times a week, but that's usually just whenever I think about it. It's not something that I do dedicated. I think they're fun, and I think they're something to look to to get an idea about certain things. So yeah. Have you ever been in love? If so, how many times? I can honestly say that I've been in love 3 times. The first one I kind of sort of don't count because I think that was more of a lesson. These last 2 times that I've been in love, I don't want to speak for anybody else, but I think it was authentic for me. Even though, I was learning lessons, I still felt that the love was different. It was more evolved, and maybe that's because, I'm learning more about myself. So what makes you fall in love with someone? I don't know. That's hard to say. I think the person that they are makes me fall in love with them. I think that the person that they are, the person that they become, because we love each other. I think it's a multitude of things, but it lies on the person that they are in their heart. If they're really just a caring, loving person, that's thumbs up for me. So yeah. What does vulnerability mean to you? What has the ability to make you vulnerable? Vulnerability to me is just being able to be free, be open, and just express without thoughts of like what somebody's going to think about you, or how somebody's going to feel about what you're saying, or you know how you're going to look when you're saying it. It's just the ability to just say this is what it is, and I just want to share it. I don't care how it comes out. I don't care how you receive it. I don't care if you're judging me when I'm saying it. This is who I am as a person. So I think it's just stripping off the mask that we tend to wear every day and just allowing who you are to exist, period. What has the ability to make me vulnerable? I think that over the past couple of months, probably the past 3 or 4 months, I've probably been more vulnerable than I've been in my life. I've been super honest with people. I've been I've stayed true to who I am, regardless of how it's received. And trust me, some of the things that I've went through over the past couple of months have not been received well. They haven't. I think that life right now has me very vulnerable, and I feel really exposed, but I'm learning to embrace that exposure. So, what's one thing you're scared to ask someone but really want to? And I'm not typically scared to ask anybody anything. Yeah, I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything that you don't want to tell me. If you're not using your words, which I say do all the time, if you're not using your words, then I don't want to know. So, I mean, not to say that I don't care about how you feel, but if you're not telling me, then, what am I going to do with it? So, I don't know how to answer that one. If you were a man for a day, what would be the first thing you'd do? Am I a white one? If I'm a white one, I'm going to take advantage of the privilege. Like, I need to just see what it feels like. I want to just go flip a table over, fight some cops, and not die. Like, I think that would be lit. You know what I'm saying? That would be so lit. What do you find most attractive on someone? Probably the smile. I think the smile gets me every time. I think the smile really brings me in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think it's a smile. So, yeah. What's one thing you'd love to learn more about? I think that I would love to learn more about the human brain. As I said before, it's such a delicate but powerful organ that I just would want to know. I just want to know everything about it. I want to know about the entirety of the brain, and I really want to buy like some type of book or something that'll tell me everything about the brain. I love things that are related to the way the mind works and the way that people process things based on experiences and how certain traumas can affect the mind. And I just love the brain so much. I love it so much, and I think that it's really cool to learn more about the brain. Yeah, I just want to know everything about the brain, all of it. Just tell me everything. Okay? Can you please? So yeah, that is all the questions. Hopefully you guys got to know a little bit more about me. I would love to know some of you guys' answers to some of those questions. So drop a comment down below and answer some of the questions if you want to. But yeah, that's all I got for this video. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. So click the thumbs up on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't already. My social media links are listed down below. Please follow a G if you want to. Have an amazing week. I will see you guys next Thursday. Peace.